Hello, America. How are you? This is Antonio Arnold, the beast who's in beast mode. Guys, I just want to say hello, good morning, or good afternoon for those in different timelines. How are you? Again, we got another news report. The door is knocking. This news is begging to come out. Guys, I'm blown away. I am so blown away. I don't know what to say. I mean, it seemed like Ralphie boy is digging himself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole. I mean, this thing about his Ku Klux Klan joke back in college days is showing up some other stuff, and I'm going to be more than happy to share that with you. Okay, I got two cameras, so I'm working. So I'm going to play a video, and I'm going to move this camera right here. Well, all right, let's see. And I'm going to turn it around. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can turn it around, if I may. And I'm going to have to do it an old-fashioned college way. Anyway, I'll turn it around. But take a look at this. I can see that. I hope you can. Check this out. Now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. I'm working you. Y'all look. Y'all listen. Watch.
Very much, Mr. Jackson. We appreciate you both being here. As I said, this is the last opportunity for our viewers and the voters to see the two candidates side by side. We appreciate you making time for us live late on a Thursday night. Good.
Play that again. Y'all missed it.
All right. Senator Northam, thank you very much. Mr. Jackson, we appreciate you both being here. As I said, this is the last opportunity for our viewers and the voters to see the two candidates side by side. We appreciate you making time for us live late on a Thursday night.
Y'all see that? I'm going to play it again. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Whoops. Here we go.
All right. Senator Northam, thank you very much. Mr. Jackson, we appreciate you both being here. As I said, this is the last opportunity for our viewers and the voters to see the two candidates side by side. We appreciate you making time for us live late on a Thursday night. Good.
He refused to shake a black man's hand. Isn't that the goal, you know? It's just the goal of the whole thing, you know? It's shameful. It's shameful. This is on Facebook, guys. It's shameful. It's shameful.
All right. Senator Northam, thank you very much. Mr. Jackson, we appreciate you both being here. As I said, this is the last opportunity for our viewers and the voters to see the two candidates side by side. We appreciate you making time for us live late on a Thursday night. Good.
I'm going to stop right there. Y'all see that? Did you see that? Did y'all see that? Isn't that, hey, isn't that a shame? Isn't that that's a shame? That's a shame, America. I mean, it's just like what the Bible said, what you do in the dark. Luke chapter 8, verse 17 proves what you're watching will come out and bite you. You know, and those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Antonio Arnold. I'm an alumni for Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary. I have an MDiv, a Master of Art, a Theological Study, a Master of Religious Education. I have a doctorate in Divinity from the Frederick L. Ray. I'm a graduate from Virginia State University. I'm proud to be an alumni from Virginia State University. Minor in military science, major in electronics, okay, technology, manufacturing technology. That's when I finally graduated. But guys, this just blows my mind. It blows my mind, guys. Look at here. Okay, let's go to Luke chapter 8. And I'll just tell you guys, I've been in ministry for a long time, and I've seen pastors get fired for stuff like this. You know, the Army is real strict about this. I'm a veteran too. And I mean, they won't even let me come as a chaplain. You know, I got commissioned. I got in the Army, but it's goodwill in saying you were twice non-selected for promotion because you didn't finish your degree in time. And yet, I went got a master's and all the way up to the advanced degree, and they hold a standard on me. Well, we should hold a standard towards this guy too. I mean, this man right here does not represent the best interest of Virginia. Come on, he does not represent the best interest of Virginians. Luke chapter 8. Oh, I'm just so fired up. First, you want to be a baby killer and pass this legislation for um, abortion, full-term abortion. Up to the child being born. Right here it is. For nothing is secret that shall not be manifest, neither anything hide that shall not be known and come abroad. You see, guys, that scripture alone, what you do in secret, okay, because nothing's secret that shall be made to manifest shall not be made manifest. It's going to come to light. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, it's going to come to light, So, yeah, people could joke on me, laugh at me, look like he don't know what he's talking about. He's not a true theologian. He never graduated from a school or seminary. Yes, I have. I got the shirt. I got the paper to prove it. I am an alumni and very proud of it. Yes, I'm an African American who is a Christian conservative, been a conservative all my life. Saw the Dog and Pony Show back when I was a kid. Used to watch the news, be up with my dad, watching the news all the time, CBS and ABC. And I used to be really in tune because my father was very instrumental in my development and keeping an eye on politics and what's going on in the military because he's a 30-plus year veteran himself, Master Sergeant. But that being said, I saw the Dog and Pony Show because I see the result of it. When Jimmy Carter, God bless him, he made a lot of promises. That's why I was really starting to watch. I was in 5th grade. And I was like, they said, Dad, I don't see any difference. I see promises, but I don't see anything in return for us. I see the same thing over and over again. I don't see any change. Same thing in the 80s, 90s, whatever. I'm tired. I watch conservatively, and I watch how the party has transitioned from middle ground left, right to a middle ground, to now it's all far left, and I cannot support that. I was taught to be neutral. When they brought out this situation up in New York about abortion and signing the law, and you've seen my other videos, signing the law, the bill into law in New York to kill a child up to his full term, call it health care. I really had to jump back in. I hadn't preached pastor at church in 4 years now, and it doesn't mean I still don't have a say. So, guys, this is it. This is upon this show, who he truly is all about. This man right here does not care about African American, Hispanic Americans, Americans period, black, white, it doesn't matter. He don't give a dong about you. He thinks about himself. You see how he treated this pastor right here, this bishop right here on the left? Treat him like he ain't nothing, won't even shake his hand. We can't always agree. We can't be a disagree, but at least be civil about it. Shake the man's hand out of respect. But your hand's too clean, too good for him, huh? So, that's the issues with that. But here's another one I want to share with you. I'm going to show you this one too. Let's see. Let's do away with that if we can.
All right, Senator Northam, thank you very much. Mr. Jackson, we appreciate you both being here.
Appreciate it.
As I said, this is the last opportunity for our viewers and the voters.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's close that out. Let's get to some meat here. Let's get to some meat. I'm telling you, one thing you know about me, I'm very loud. I'm very motivated. I've been a motivated soldier all of my last 20 years. I only got 18 and a half years, good years. That's count towards retirement. So I missed that retirement boat. But that's okay. But at least I do have my 100%, permanent. But anyway, here's another article, guys. Democrats call for a Virginia governor to resign. So I'm going to turn this over. I wish I could turn my phone like that. But anyway, can y'all see that? Can you turn that over to you? Maybe y'all can make some sense out of it. Here we go. Okay. Ready? Let's see. And play. Proceed.
But we begin this morning with growing calls for the resignation of Virginia Governor Ralph Northam. On Friday, two racially insensitive yearbook entries from Northam's college and medical school days surfaced. One includes a picture the governor admits he is in. It's of a person in blackface, joined by a person wearing a KKK robe. The other lists a racial slur as one of Northam's college nicknames. Now, politicians from both parties, including some newly minted presidential candidates, want to see Northam step aside. Kenneth Gregg is here with the details. Kenneth, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Anthony. Since those yearbook entries surfaced, Northam, a Democrat elected in 2017, has issued two apologies. In each, he remained committed to continuing his term as governor, but this morning his support is evaporating.
I believe you deserve to hear directly from me.
Governor Ralph Northam put out this video statement hours after releasing a written apology for this photograph from his medical school yearbook. It shows two people dressed in blackface and a KKK hood. One of them is Northam. A second yearbook entry later surfaced from Northam's time at Virginia Military Institute, listing his nickname as a racial slur.
I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today.
You're done, man.
But I accept responsibility for my past actions, and I am ready to do the hard work of regaining your trust.
Reaction was swift, with much of the outrage coming from Northam's fellow Democrats. Presidential candidates Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, and Julian Castro all called for Northam's resignation, as did Planned Parenthood, the NAACP, and the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Northam was elected in 2017 after a bitter and racially charged campaign against Republican Ed Gillespie. In one tweet, he criticized Gillespie's rhetoric for being racist and fear-mongering. The med school yearbook photo was first published by the right-wing website Big League News, and it comes amid scrutiny of Northam by conservatives after comments he made about a Virginia bill expanding access to third trimester abortions.
If a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desire. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mothers.
And protesters are expected today outside the Virginia governor's mansion in Richmond. If Northam leaves office, his lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax, would take over. Fairfax is only the second African-American to ever win statewide office in Virginia, and we have not heard from him yet. Worth noting, Michelle.
Yeah, Doug Wilder being the first, and he was governor. Thank you.
Isn't that a shame, guys? Isn't that a shame? Isn't that just to piss you off? It pissed me off. It pissed me off as a citizen, as a former soldier. I mean, as a soldier, it teed me off as an airman. It teed me off as a pastor. I mean, I'm not going to play politically correct to anybody. I'm sorry. I'm just not a politically correct guy. Never have, never will be. My wife could tell you. I'm not. I'm loud. I say what's on my mind right off the bat. I let you know what's going on. People in my church that I pastor knew I'm loud, and I just tell it like it is. I don't. When Obama was president, they would bow down and loving him, and I told them to watch it now because because they give a a tinkling ear and good speech doesn't mean they're right. Couldn't find out that they're going to advocate for other alternatives. His stuff gonna come out too, but I mean, sooner or later, time's gonna prove me correct. So, guys. Ralph Northam is a done deal. He needs to resign. He really do. Now, this CBS, that's Good Morning CBS. Let's see what's the next one. Okay, here's CNN, guys. The CNN update. I'm going to turn to CNN.
Every step forward begins with an idea. Maybe you have a dream to change the world, to create a better or finally accomplish your lifelong goals. To make a difference, you need...
Tonight, the breaking news. A sitting Democratic governor admitting tonight he is in the photo you're about to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
See a person in blackface next to a person in a black robe, and then as we zoom out, you see the name Ralph Northam.
I never supported this guy.
One of those people is the Democratic governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, and he admits that one of those people is him. And I want to be clear, this is his medical school yearbook, not his high school yearbook or his college yearbook. This is his medical school yearbook. And the picture is on his page. The quote, as you could see, about beers. Moments ago, the governor admitted he is indeed one of those two people. And in a statement, he makes it clear he thinks that he can apologize and keep his job as governor of Virginia. Suzanne Malveaux is out front. And Suzanne, what is the governor saying?
Aaron, it's an extraordinary development. Governor Ralph Northam.
Hold up. Stop. Okay. He wants to keep his job. The hypocrisy of this whole thing. We got to hold people accountability. They hold me accountability when I didn't finish my degree on time. They took my commission, and I wasn't a commission officer, and they left me, 20 years later, I still couldn't become a commission officer for chaplaincy, and they needed chaplains. So the government, they say they have their rules, they have their policy. That's how it is. Now, here it is. I just lost the video. Here it is. Right now. Individuals in position of authority and position of responsibility. You are held to a certain amount of standards. If you have broken and lost the fiduciary trust of the country, of the people you have supposed to be in charge, you have taken an oath that you will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. If not the Constitution of the United States, Virginia as a whole, you can't do it. And they find some stuff that you have done in your past. Guys, you got to go. You got to go. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You got to go. Enough is enough. I'm really disappointed that not enough people are expressing outrage. I mean, probably mostly a shock. But, at this given time, it's time to leave. I'm telling y'all guys, I'm beseeching you guys to leave the Democratic Party. Stop supporting the Democratic Party. Come over to the Republican side. I'm going to tell you why. Because for so long, you've been lied to. You've been believing the hype. You've been believed a liar. You believe a deceiver. Satan deceived many. You're going to be, and even to this last day, people are going to be deceived. Many are going to be deceived. But we're being deceived right off the bat. Here comes this guy wearing a black mask, which is considered the most heinous insult to people of color. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, my dad all suffered under that mask, that black mask thing. I saw movies back in the day. Mammy. Well, a guy dresses a black guy saying mammy because he wouldn't hire. They so there in Hollywood wouldn't hire a black actor or a black. And they got plenty of talents back then. Tap dancers, singers, actors. You wouldn't give them an opportunity. We're going to make our own, just like they did the Chinese, just like they did the Native Americans, just like they did the Japanese, with these makeup, trying to make them who they're not, they are. Get authentic people. And people were just too scared to rise up. People were just afraid of their lives because back then lynching was a big thing. Ku Klux Klan was a big deal. But I'm going to let the video continue. There's another one I'm going to pull up. And, there you go. Which one are you? He admit that he's one of them. He just won't admit one or the other. Both of them, is bad. And this is back in 84. I was 18 years old. I was just graduating from high school, given to join the Army. Joined 80th Division at the time. We'd go down to Fort Benning, I was a cadet also. I was in the reserve, and I was a cadet in senior ROTC program. I just finished the JROTC program, going straight into the senior ROTC program at Virginia State University. How would this affect me? And I faced racism when I was in IOBC, but how this would devastate me. As a young future officer coming right behind this guy 4 years later, he come and graduate from VMI, here I'm coming right behind him to be an officer, to join the officer corps. And here I am so devastated. I would be so devastated. You know, I don't know if I would be the same person you see today. I'm not sure if I would be an officer at the time, you know, or even being enlisted, because I probably factor everybody would be the same way. You know, the Ku Klux Klan is in the Army. You know, it's in the officer corps. You know, and I know you got some good people out there, and you got some bad people out there. That's just how that's how it is in all lines. But this is totally inexcusable. I believe that every politician should have not only a security clearance background check, like I had a background check, security clearance, you know, for TS, but they should not only that, but should go back to their school, talk to their classmates, go through their their school class book, go through their class book, see if there's anything arbitrary. College, same deal, you know. Especially military cadet corps cadet schools, and West Point too. West Point too. You're not exempt. Check them all out, guys. So let's take a look over here. Let's just listen some more.
4 hours after these racist photos emerged, facing now this ugly reality of what he did for all the public to see, tonight confirming, trying to explain and apologize. This is part of the statement that he issued, saying earlier today, a website published a photograph of me from my 1984 medical school yearbook in a costume that is clearly racist and offensive. I am deeply sorry for the decision I made to appear as I did in this photo and for the hurt that decision has caused then and now. This behavior is not in keeping with who I am today and the values I have fought for throughout my career in the military, in medicine, and in public service. But I want to be clear, I understand how this decision shakes Virginians' faith in that commitment. And Aaron, as you had noted, this is a photo from 1984. He was 25 years old at the time, clearly an adult. This is from the Eastern Virginia Medical School. He doesn't say which one he was, if he was the Klansman or the one that was in blackface, but either way, both horrible. And under the photo lists his alma mater. You see it there, Virginia Military Institute, interest pediatrics. This quote as well, there are more old drunks than old doctors in this world, so I think I'll have another beer. Now, how did this all come about? Well, the photo was first reported by Big League Politics. It's a conservative outlet, a news outlet, earlier in the afternoon. It was followed by the Virginia GOP caucus calling for an explanation and then his resignation. And it comes at a time, a controversial time, a tricky time for the governor. He was coming under fire this week for backing a bill that would have loosened restrictions on abortion in Virginia. And this just kind of emerged. And you might recall that the Democratic governor, he beat a very well-known Republican, Ed Gillespie, 54 to 45% in the gubernatorial election in 2017. We're going to see if Democrats are still going to back him. My colleague, Mia Malika Henderson, she reported that Virginia's black lawmakers this hour will be holding an emergency meeting to figure out what are they going to do next. I mean, he's 1 year into a 4-year term. Virginia law only allows governors to serve 1 term, but are the people of Virginia going to be able to stomach 3 more years of this? It's certainly unclear tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Suzanne. And of course, as these things are in the world that we live, this isn't something that can just stay in Virginia. People outside Virginia have to weigh in, as they did in Alabama and other places where the track record of people who are governors or senators has come out. Up front now, Keith Boykin, Democratic strategist, Stephen Moore, informer White House advisor, and April Ryan, White House correspondent for American Urban Radio Networks. April, can Governor Northam survive this?
Guys, hold on.
No. Not at all. Aaron, he called for President Trump to come down, to step down after Charlottesville. And Charlottesville is now a verb. It's not a noun. Charlottesville is in the state of Virginia. This governor also, when he was a candidate and when he was lieutenant governor, he wanted to relocate to a museum these Confederate statues. You cannot go against Donald Trump or other persons for racism and call for them to step down when you have something, a yearbook, these yearbooks and beer. I mean, I don't know what it is. This is that year. But you can't call for someone else to step down. And there's something you're acknowledging. You're one of 2 of these ugly racist characters depicted in this yearbook. The next thing for him to do is to apologize, step down, and let his lieutenant governor, who is African-American, take his place.
I mean, it's incredible. It's not that that picture picture there'd be any situation in the world where one could imagine it being on a page, but there's 4 pictures on that page, 3 of which, there's the one individual one, there's 3 pictures. That's what he chose. Medical school, 25 years old. I mean, Keith, look, in the context here of what we're talking about, which is that these things don't stay in the States anymore, and this is national.
Oh, here it is.
Cory Booker stumped for Ralph Northam. I remember right before this was a huge campaign, Gillespie versus Northam. Cory Booker went down there. The night Northam won, Kamala Harris
you want to vote for Hillary Clinton?
Congratulations to Ralph Northam and his team for showing that Virginia won't stand for hatred and bigotry. Where are they tonight, Keith?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that nobody knew this about Ralph Northam apparently until today. Yeah. It's the tragedy that this is the man who's now the governor of the state of Virginia. I think April is right. I don't think that he's going to be able to survive this. I think he should step down as the governor. I think Justin Fairfax, the lieutenant governor, should take his place. I think Democrats will wait for the information to come out, which is starting to come out now, his response, his apology or response. But we can't hold the moral high ground and expect to hold Donald Trump or Brett Kavanaugh or Roy Moore or any of the other Republicans we've criticized over the past year or two accountable if we don't hold our own leaders accountable. So as much as he may be doing good things for the state of Virginia or trying to do those good things, it's still important that he acknowledge responsibility and move on. The people of Virginia deserve better.
You damn right.
Yeah, I live in Virginia, Aaron. I've lived there for 30 years, and it's contemptible, and I agree with April and Keith that I don't see that him even surviving this for 24 hours. You know, there was a tweet that came out from one of the leading Democrats in the legislature that said something to the effect that, well, gee, this happened 30 years ago, so maybe we shouldn't hold him responsible, which I think we'd all agree is pretty hypocritical given what happened to
Well, it certainly is, right? And then there's a whole not that you want to get into this, right?
Yeah,
but this was medical school, and he was 25. He was an adult, right? As April and Suzanne
Let me just make one other
yeah.
quick point, if I may, because I live in Virginia, so I follow Virginia politics, and you know, he was this. You want to talk about a politician who has had a bad week. I mean, you kind of didn't exactly report what happened this week when I think it was quoted as relaxed the abortion restrictions. I mean, this was basically a bill that he supported that literally almost literally allows an abortion up until the time you
get him out of here.
This is not the point, Steve.
All I'm saying is that has really
infuriated
people.
Came out this week. I don't want to get into the debate about abortion. What he said was confusing.
But he's under assault for that too, and I would make the case that was an even worse offense than this picture.
Okay. Well, now you just
let's talk about no.
Steve, we're going to talk about the issue of racism, and I know you would like to divert the issue to a conversation that's more comfortable for you about abortion or something, but the reality is this is a racist.
It's contemptible. I agree with you.
Right, but
let's focus on the issue, please. Let's focus on the behavior.
Yes, exactly. And as I said before, Roy Moore was out there defending slavery and the Confederate flag. You have Ron DeSantis in Florida who was out there saying racist and offensive things. Democrats have been very critical of Republicans for things that they have said presently and in the past that have been racist and offensive. And I think that we have to speak with moral clarity and speak with one voice and say this is wrong, and we don't have double standards. I said the same thing we were talking about other issues in the past.
Look,
and I
you're
believe
being very
we have
clear,
to speak,
right? That you're not having one. This is happening today, and this is happening over the next couple hours, right? As Suzanne said, you've got that emergency meeting right now happening in Virginia. This story is going to move very quickly. April, I want to make the point, though, that when you talk about race in this country now, the president has come at the center of that. You talk about Charlottesville, right? And Democrats call the president a racist regularly. Here are 3 of the ones that our viewers know best.
It gives me no pleasure,
Barney,
to tell you that we now have a president of the United States who is a racist.
Donald Trump is a racist bully.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
Yeah, no question.
So, April, are they going to call on Northam to resign? Do they need to not be hypocrites?
Amen.
They would have to not be hypocrites. I mean, you know, when we go back to, are you a racist, Mr. President? I was the first one who asked that in January, just a year ago and some days ago. Mr. President, are you a racist? Yamiche Alcindor asked him in November, Mr. President, are you a white nationalist? I mean, we keep asking. You don't need to ask. You just watch by the actions. But the bottom line, if you hold the bar high for the President of the United States, you've got to hold the bar high for the governor of Virginia. He was an adult. He was not questionable as a high schooler.
Give him my commission back.
He was an adult who was dealing with heady cerebral issues. Being in medical school, he knew better. The question is, when did he change? But see, the issue is he's guilty as guilty can be because he has not said what person he was in that photo. You cannot go out against the president or anyone else and talking about race, and then you are pictured in a book. Why would you even bring it up if you are in a book knowing that picture people have it?
Absolutely. And guess what? Let's see what it does. This is more than dumb. This is racist. Tell him, my gay friend.
I wish I didn't have to talk about
yes,
this
you
tonight.
do. You and your husband better talk about it.
Racist part of yet another American politician. Another of our leaders who publicly trafficked in racism, who proudly wore some of the most offensive symbols in this nation's history.
Yes.
And I wish we didn't have to talk about this.
Oh, yeah, it affects your Democratic Party, my friend. Come on out of there.
Maybe
makes you want to cry, doesn't it?
We're having this discussion.
You cried.
But how many discussions like this are we going to
have?
Oh,
you sick to your stomach, too?
Our history is full of Americans who were proud to parade their racism publicly. The evidence is right here, in black and white. A page from a 1984 medical school yearbook of Democratic Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia, showing a photo of two people, one in blackface, one in a KKK hood and robe. There it is, look at it. Governor Northam admits he is one of the people in that picture. He doesn't say whether he's the one in blackface or the one in the KKK robe. Can you put that back up? Can we just put it back up?
Make you want to cry,
doesn't matter, though.
Here, bro.
They're equally as disgusting and offensive.
Here you go, bro. Here's another one.
The governor put out a statement tonight.
I knew this.
That photo and the racist and offensive attitudes it represents does not reflect that person I am today or the way that I have conducted myself as a soldier, a doctor, and a public servant. I am deeply sorry. I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today.
So here are some important points. First, he apologized. He didn't resign, though. There's another thing the governor knew about this picture. He says he made the decision to appear in it. It is part of his past. And it's not so distant past. This was a yearbook photo from 1984,
That's
not
right.
1954.
I was 18. I was 18.
He was 25 years old. He was in medical school. There's no way he didn't know what he was doing when he posed for that picture.
Tell it like it is, man.
A picture that is a slap in the face to Americans of color. Quite frankly, to every American.
You got daggone right.
This matters. It should matter to every single one of us. None of us can forget what happened in Virginia and Charlottesville in 2017.
Amen.
White supremacists, neo-Nazis, marching in the streets.
Amen. Get them out of here.
Counter-protester Heather Heyer murdered, mowed down by white supremacists who drove his car into the crowd.
She was aborted.
None of us can forget what the President of the United States said.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did.
That is why it was so important for the president to emphatically say, one side did something really terrible and it shouldn't happen, but he didn't. He had to do the whole on both sides thing. On both sides. There are certain situations, and you hear me talk about it all the time, where there's no both sides. There's no both sides to racism.
There isn't.
There's no both sides to sexism.
Heck no.
There is no both sides to fact and a non-fact, or reality and not reality.
Okay.
There's no both sides to the truth and a lie.
Okay.
There's no both sides to this.
All right. He's mad.
And when I saw it, Quite frankly, I wasn't surprised. If anybody out there, all the folks who went to high school with me, around the time 1984, I was a senior in high school in 1984.
Me too!
That is not shocking to me.
Me too!
People did that in 1984. It was not right. They thought it was funny. They laughed.
I didn't think it was funny.
They paid no consequences because that's the way things were. And it was not so long ago. So all of these people who are either feigning shock or surprise, or if you're really shocked and surprised, you have been living in a bubble. Yep. Because this was the reality, especially for people like me in Louisiana and in southern states.
I'm from Virginia.
I can't speak for the North, but this is not shocking.
I'm from Virginia.
People did this all the time. And I know there are a lot of people out there who've got some photo worry going on. Oh my gosh, what is going to pop up with me right now?
We're going to find you.
I know friends who's got photos of me and I wouldn't want. Listen, kids do stupid things. They take photos. They do dumb things. But this is more than dumb. This is racist.
Yes, yes, yes.
And if you're making an excuse for this, saying, oh, this is what happened when this person was young.
This is what I was doing when I was in high school.
They were in college. They were in medical. They were a young person. If you're making an excuse for it, you need to check yourself.
Amen.
It wasn't, and that's why I got so upset with the whole blackface. You remember that when I said blackface was not cool then? We were talking about a major news anchor saying that was blackface. This is why people are so upset, because they think that it was okay, but it wasn't. It hurt. It deeply hurt people like me.
Get out of the Democratic Party.
Deeply hurt people like me. So if you even thought it was okay, or if you're someone like Ralph Northam, then you owe people like me in this country a huge apology before you get on your high horse and get upset and say, oh my gosh, you're being too rough on people. You know what you can do with that being too rough on people? Put it where the sun don't shine.
Whoa!
Ralph Northam talked about Trump's both sides remarks just 1 month later. Quote, I regret that the president of this great country of ours did not denounce what they were there for. He didn't call it out. I'm talking about Charlottesville. He didn't call it out for what it was.
Ah!
Racism is not just something from our collective past. Just last week, Florida Secretary of State Michael Erdahl resigned after photos of him at a party in blackface as a Katrina victim were publicly revealed. That was last week. Governor Northam has apologized.
But
is that enough? A lot of top Democrats, members of his own party, well, they don't think so. Senators Kirsten Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Congressman Eric Swalwell, Julian Castro have all called on him to resign. I'm going to talk to Julian Castro in just moments here on this program. And the Virginia House Democratic Caucus is having a conference call right now to discuss this situation. Democrats who've called out President Trump for his racist remarks cannot try to sweep this one under the rug just because Ralph Northam is one of their own. Like I said, I wish we didn't have to talk about this. But the evidence is right there in black and white. Or I should say right there in blackface. Sarah Seidner joins us now with more. Hi, Sarah. Good evening to you.
You said it, Don. Look, the Democratic governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, is having to answer a question that I don't think any governor, any politician would want to answer in the 21st century. Are you the guy in blackface, or are you the guy wearing the KKK robes? That is a question he actually needs to answer, although he has not yet answered that question. But certainly one of them is him. And he has admitted that one of the people in that photo is him. The picture is from a 1984 yearbook when Ralph Northam was at the Eastern Virginia Medical School. He was an adult. He was somewhere around 25 years old when that picture was taken. Here's more of what he said after admitting that indeed one of those photos, either the guy in blackface or the person wearing the KKK robes, is indeed him. And here's how he has responded to some of that.
I accept responsibility for my past actions, and I am ready to do the hard work of regaining your trust. I have spent the past year as your governor fighting for a Virginia that works better for all people.
No, you lied.
I am committed to continuing that fight through the remainder of my term and living up to the expectations you set for me when you elected me to serve.
So what you heard there was that he is planning on continuing his term and not resigning. That's what's happening right now in the hours after this came out. I want to mention something else that just came out. There is this. There is a yearbook photo from his time when he was in college in 1981, when he was going to school at the Virginia Military Institute. You'll see the picture there. Now, underneath that picture, it says, what are his nicknames? And one of his nicknames is Goose, and the other nickname is Coon Man. Now, you well know that coon is one of the most insulting black characters from the Jim Crow South.
You know it.
And so there is more evidence that there was definitely something in his mind that made that okay, because then 4 years later or 3 years later, he is pictured as either a person in blackface or a person wearing KKK robes. So if you're one of those folks who thinks that racism is not a part of our fabric, of America's fabric, our politicians keep on giving you a clue that it certainly, definitely is, Don.
Hey guys, I must hold up. Let me stop. Hold up. There's more. There's more. Ain't that a shame?
I didn't know my case was worth 15 times what insurance said. But Trump and Weston...
We ain't got time for that. Hold up. I got breaking news. I got breaking news. Again, I got breaking news. I got updates for you guys. I really do. Hold up. I'm going to pull it up. Forgive me. I know I'm showing you a lot. Got to go to my page on Facebook. Guys, breaking news. Yeah. Y'all being real nice to North and CNN. Hey guys. Hey, check this out. Check this out before Facebook pull it. Now, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And who is this gal? What the hell, man? Is this a Halloween party right here? Somebody talk to me. Somebody explain this picture to me. Somebody explain. Is that my boy Bill Clinton, the player? Huh? Is that the player? Is this supposed to be a joke? I mean, when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? All right? This probably went before he went governor or after he became governor or in his younger days. Makes no difference to me. I'm going to do some more investigation. But this is not funny. The farmer and his blackface woman. I don't like it. It's an insult to nature. It's an insult to the people of color. I'm insulted. This is blaspheme. This is unacceptable. And I am definitely appalled by this behavior. I am so appalled. I received this from an anonymous friend of mine who I will keep anonymous. And you know what? Get out of this. Get out of the Democrat Party. It goes to show everybody you knew, you didn't know. You thought you knew, but you didn't know. You thought they were all right. They're not all right. And y'all picked on Trump like he's some hell, like he's the devil himself. Come on, we got a double standard. How in the world are you going to talk about Trump for the last, dang on 2 years, almost, dang on, was it 2016, 17, 18? Yeah, 2 years, going on 3, going on 2, almost to 2020. How dare you? How dare you beat up Trump like that? How dare you beat me up like that? How dare you worship? And I'm not talking about Jesus. You know who I'm talking about, that Democrat who changed, he gonna come for change back in 2008, who looked just like me, who never really addressed racism in this country, who never really addressed black issues. He came in and backed away from the black constituents and ain't done nothing for the black people. True story. He did for everybody else. He didn't do anything for the black people. If so, show me. Show me those bones and chicken bones and liver. Show me them collard greens on the floor. Show me what he done for us. Done nothing. Done nothing. I am so disgusted. I see some people liking my leave the party now. And I'm amazed. I thought people would be hating me over this. I thought people would be trying to crucify me because they know where I live. I'm being told now, like, you might want to leave Petersburg. You might want to leave. I ain't going nowhere. I'm an infantry soldier first and foremost. I am a man. I put my life on the line for this country. I put my life on the line as an airman. I put my life on the line as a soldier. Yes, I've been to New Orleans. I've seen devastation on all races, and it tore my life up because I smelled the stench of death. I did not deploy to Iraq, not for the sake of didn't try, but God had his hands on my life, so I can talk to you. Because if I had gone, I may not have made it back. If I would have gone to Afghanistan, I probably wouldn't have made it back. Because I'm so wanted to fight the enemy, and I probably got myself killed. But maybe not. I don't know. We don't know. I wasn't destined to go over there. Lord knows I tried to go over to Iran when Reagan was president. But that's another story. But anyway, guys, if I could put on the uniform, raise my hand, say I'm willing to protect a friend, give my life for a friend, give my life for my country, or take an oath to pastor, to get hands laid on me, and take the life as a servant, then guys, you should know me by now. That I will stand for justice and not for injustice. I am not going to stand here and be silent, sit here and be silent when I've seen foolishness. And I've been knowing this foolishness. That's why I have wrote my own books and novels, trying to warn people about these things, and nobody cares. And why does it have to take this picture or other pictures just to get people to wake the heck up? I've been begging for people to wake up for the longest time. My wife first, she didn't understand, but after a while, she's like, I understand now. When I was in civil affairs, I thank God for the Army because He really helped me out a lot. It teaches me how to watch. They taught me how to evaluate news, real news. Because I had to write reports. I had to type reports to a 2-star. And I have to give those reports based by true form. I had to give credible information. When I went to graduate school, it was no different. Guys, we've been hook-winked and lied to. Hillary should be in jail a long time ago. Period. Clinton should be removed from office, impeached and removed from office a long time ago. There's a lot of people who you think are not who they are, and you're about to find out in a major way. Guys, this young lady, I can't remember her name, she prophesied that a lot of blacks going to leave the Democratic Party. Here it is, guys. This is 2019. This prophecy is coming true. A lot of blacks have already moved on to the Republican side, moved back home. This time, let's hold on to it. Let's keep it, okay? Let's hold it together. If you don't stay in the Democratic Party, reform it, clean it up. Get all this other bull crap out of there. All this left-wing socialist move, put it back in the center. Same thing with Republican, center. Let's keep it away. Everybody's fairly representative. Let's cut this foolishness out. I had enough of this. I'm up to here. I'm up to here. Let's fix our infrastructure. Let's take care of our schools. Petersburg High needs some upgrades, guys. I see upgrades everywhere else but Petersburg. I want to see some upgrades. I want some leaders. City Hall, City Council, get it together. Get it together, City Council. I love you, guys. But when I see stuff like this, man, it really gets me on fire. It gets me on fire and it gets me hot. Because I see my nation splitting apart and falling apart over foolishness. Social media, I know you're there. I know people who will say some hateful things. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get yours in the end. I will block you out on the dime. I wouldn't even give you a voice to stand on. You can say what you want. Just don't come in my yard and talk some foolishness. Because you do, I'm going to be out there on you. I don't care. I don't care if I have to come out there on a wheelchair and whip your hand parts. But anyway, guys, I love this country. I really want to join the party and become a member of the. I want to run for office. Be honest with you, that's my destiny. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe I have to move out of Virginia as a whole. But I know one thing. God has a great destiny for me, and I see it. And I see he got a great destiny for you too. But guys, I just wanted to show you that. I just want to show you that. I mean, it really breaks my heart. I'm in business. Hey guys, and I'm gonna tell you something. My wife and I have a small business. We can really use your support too. Please go to our website and support us. That's the only thing I'm asking. I don't want your money. I just want to support. That's all. I just want some love. I mean, anybody who support the right to the baby, anybody who supports, believe in the Bible or want to do right, support them. Support them. Support them. Anybody who don't want to do right, don't support them. If they want to tear this country apart, don't support them. Don't put more money in guys' pockets like this guy right here. Y'all put too much money in his pocket. Don't buy his books anymore. Don't buy Hillary books anymore. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They already well vested. They already invested in stocks, so they're straight. Don't support them, guys. Get the heck out of the Democratic Party. Now, get out of there! In the name of Jesus, get out. Come away from the spirit of satanic spirit in the Democratic Party. We ask you, Lord, that you remove it in the name of Jesus. Get it out. Get it out. Come out. Come out. Get out of there. Get away from them heathens. Get away from them demons, them dragons. Get away from them. Separate yourself from them. I gotta go. I've seen enough. I don't want to see something about Jimmy Carter either. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. God bless you guys. I thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Talk to you soon.